Hey, everybody. Great to see you. Welcome to the 1% Club. We're going to have an awesome day today. We're going to get right into it. Let's rock and roll. Hope you got your notepad. Hope you got your pen. Hope you're ready to take notes. Number one, first question I have for you. This is about, the 1% Club is teaching you how to become a one percenter. It started with a bunch of us in Puerto Rico that gave money to sell a home, save a child. And I wanted to say thank you. So I did the 1% Club. Teaching you how to become a one percenter is my way to give back. I don't charge for this. It's every single week here from 1:30 to 2 Pacific, 4:30 to 5 Eastern. So that's what it's about. And it's about agent attraction. I do a sales call, how to sell real estate. That starts right after this. But right now, this is about how to build a revenue share organization, not a downline. Make sure you lose the word downline. We don't have downlines. We have sales organizations. We have or a revenue share organization, and we have business partners. So the words matter, and super important. You need to lose words like sponsor. This is my business partner, not your sponsor. Now, this is my downline, Bob. My downline, Pam. We don't talk like that. It's my business partner, Pam. Pam's a part of my organization. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Chris Fritz. She's not in my downline, etc. So think of your group as your business partners. So that's number one. Number two, here's my first question for you. So if you would like to have a big revenue share organization, here's the first question you want to ask yourself. You ready? How do you know if you're doing the right thing? How do I know if you're doing the right thing to have a big organization? And Clark Broom knows the answer to this question. Here's how you know, because Clark taught me this about 40 years ago. And here's the answer. So is Pam. Pam knows the answer to this. Steve Hillier knows the answer. Rick Violette knows the answer to this. And so here's the answer. The answer is if you had 100 people in your organization copying you, duplicating you, and that puts a big smile on your face, you're on track. And if you think, oh, wow, let me think about that. Okay, what am I doing? If you like, that doesn't excite you, you need to make some adjustments. So what are the adjustments? This is number two. So number one, how do you know you're on track? 100 people copying you, it excites you. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to kill them. By the way, if that does excite you because you're doing the right things, you're going to have those 100 people. You're going to have the group. But number two, what is it that you should be doing that you want them to copy? Well, it starts with the monthly events. Are you bringing people to the monthly events? Brent, I don't have any in my area. Yes, you do. You're going to do them every month. I say this all the time. Teresa in San Francisco, San Jose is now doing monthly events. She copied my training calendar, which I told everyone to do. BrentGove.com. Hey, make it better. But if you need some ideas, go to BrentGove.com and click on upcoming events and then click on Northern California. You can copy that. I copied Andrea Bean just outside of Portland, Salem, Eugene area. It's hers. It was better than mine. She has a group, a fraction of mine, but I learned from her. I'm like, I like that. I'm copying that. So that's number one, monthly events. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be at the business planning clinic. No, that's a given. How many you bring in? Like 10, 15, 20? Well, I got one. I got my guest. Let me ask you another question. Are you serious about this? Because if you're serious about this, you're going to tell people you have to come to our business planning clinic. This is going to change your life. Do you have a business plan? No, I don't. You have to come. Well, I don't want to join EXP. Go back to Coldwell Banker and kill it. Go back to Compass and slay the dragon. Everybody's going to be there. It's FOMO in reverse, right? Everyone's going to be there. Don't be left out. Remax, and this will sell out. There will not be a seat left. Our speaker is Jill. She sold 140 homes last year, average price $880,000. She's top 1% in America. She's who's who, and you got to promote the speaker, not just, hey, we have someone doing mastering sales or how to master lead generation, taught by Jason Justak. Hey, Jason. And here's why you want to learn from Jason. He's top 1% in Minnesota, or he's, whatever you can say. He sold 70 homes last year at an average sales price of $2 million. Whatever it is you can find and go, this dude this gal, Noel Kreider, she's gonna change your life. And so if you're not getting results, it's because you're boring. Write that little sucker down. Don't be boring. Well, they don't come. I invite them, they don't come because you're talking over them. Make eye contact and tell them, here's the speaker, here's why he or she is a rock star. And then I want you to come. And they go, well, you just want to get me away from Remax into EXP. Learn these words. It's a script. I forbid you to ever come to EXP. I absolutely forbid it. I'm serious. Stay at Remax for 30 years. Now get over yourself and get your bottom to the luxury listing event. It's going to help your family. The only person you're hurting with your kids. I don't care if you ever come to EXP, but I do care if you come to this event because it's going to help you. You got to be strong with people, right? And so, like Rick Violette, when I started talking about EXP, he goes, dude, I'm good. I'm good. I go, Rick, how many times have I bought products from you, supported you, loved you, helped you? Okay, Gove. All right, you got me. And so, remind people that you were there for them when they needed a ride home at 3 o'clock in the morning because their car broke down. Like, well, I don't do anything for anybody. Might be a harder road for you. But for the rest of us who have laid our lives down for humanity because we love people, become that person. Like, do stuff now for people who can't do anything for you because someday those people may do something for you. That's not why you do it. You do it because you're a king, you're a queen, you're a knight, you're a superstar. You love people. That's why you do it. They don't have to give you something. Just give because that's the way God made you to be. So number two, monthly events, do them, start them. Andrea's doing them. Beam in Eugene, Teresa just started doing them. I think her first event, she had 80 people. I said, don't gather all the EXP agents in your area. I have an agent in Sacramento doing them. She's doing some small lunch and learn. She's okay. I'm gonna get everyone together. I said, no, no, no. Don't call the EXP agents. Well, should I not involve them? I said, precisely. I want I don't want you to host a EXP lunch and learn with 200 people and you're the big deal and you have no guests or one guest. I'd rather see you have 10 people at your lunch and learn and 7 of them are yours because you can hide behind I'm the host. I'm the big star. Look at this big group, and you're busy doing nothing. I need you to feel the pressure of filling that room. So please don't tell. Now, if a local EXP agent hears what you're doing, for sure, yeah, you're welcome to come. But don't go promoting it because you're the big deal. And then you start with 5, then you go to 10, then you go to 20, and it grows from there. Okay. Next are major events. Major decisions are made at major events. Nothing moves the needle more than getting people to events. When did I leave? When did I join Remax? When I started going to Remax events and I liked what I saw. When did I join Keller Williams? When I started going to Keller Williams events and I liked what I saw. Would you come as our guest? We're going to fly you to LA. Do you fly your guests to LA? Do you fly them to Phoenix? It's $169. Do you fly people? Yeah, I heard there's this event happening in Dallas. Do you fly people to Dallas? Well, I'm in Minnesota. I'm in Nashville. Do you fly your guests to an event in Orlando? I don't have that kind of money. It's $189. Remember Southwest's motto? You are now free to move about the country. Now, I'm not recommending Spirit Airlines or Allegiant Airlines or something like that. Southwest is safe. And you have to say, well, I'm doing it on Southwest because it's really cheap. It's like, no, I look at them straight in the face and go, Chris Rich, when's the last time anybody flew you anywhere? Maybe it happens to you all the time. Nobody ever flew me anywhere. I'm investing my money into your future, Chris. I believe if you come to New York and you hear Matt Wagner and Radio TV Experts LLC, which I'll be later this month, I'll be there with Jay Kinder. But I believe if you come and this is going to change your life. And you could take this radio program, this TV program back in your market and sell 600 homes a year, 1,200 homes a year. Because some of us, the phone rings every day for listings every single day. We have to hire people to answer the phone. Like success leaves clues. And so do you fly people places? It's not that expensive. I'm not saying for a new agent, but for the right agent. And who's the right agent? People like Rick Violette. He didn't know anything about real estate, but he had a heart to grow and he has a large organization now. People like Vincent St. Louis didn't know anything about real estate, got his license like Rick, but he has a heart for people, and his star was pointed north like Rick. And now Vincent has a huge, Vincent bought a huge motor coach, and he's traveling all over the United States this year, going to every park, enjoying his wife. I think he's 60 now, and he's just having fun, all paid for by EXP, because I would fly him anywhere. You guys, you're the kind of people you want to invest in. So, nothing moves the needle more than major events. The people sponsor the people. The people inspire the people. Again, when I go to Remax, when I went to Remax events, when I go to Keller Williams, when I went to Keller Williams event, when do people go to EXP? When they come to EXP events. So, next would be daily coffees. Are you having coffee or tea or whatever your deal is every morning with somebody and talking real estate? Doesn't have to be during EXP. It could be about databases, could be about how to get listings, could be about how to build a team. It could be about, finding out what their needs are, then connecting them to somebody like, hey, how would you like to sell 400 homes a year? Man, I'd really like that. So an agent in the Bay Area connected me to a guy who's a flat out rock star, like a big, big deal. And he's super excited. He's been watching EXP for years. He's like, I think I'm ready. And the agent who connected him just said, I can get you to somebody who's been really successful at both EXP and selling hundreds and hundreds of homes a year. Do you do that? Well, Brand, I don't want to bother you. Guess what? I bothered Sheila till she lost her voice. I wore out Rob Flick. I think he lost his voice. I still bother Gene. I moved onto an island where he lives. And so here's the deal. I don't think I'm bothering them. And all three of those people, Sheila, my sponsor, Rob Flick, her sponsor, Gene Frederick, they would say, I'm really glad you reached out to us. But you, in your wisdom, I don't want to bother Randy Bird. I don't want to bother Jake Kinder. I don't want to bother Cliff Freeman. I don't want to bother Tina Cole. Bother us. The squeaky hinge gets the oil. No one calls me more than Leo Robles. Leo Robles has one of the fastest growing organizations, EXP. I mean, he's constantly putting people in front of Gene and I. Gene and I. By the way, Leo is on Gene's like fifth or sixth level. Gene basically benefits nothing from that. And every week, Gene's talking to brokers and agents, and Leo is passionate about it. And so you can keep, Tony Robbins says this: if you're in your head, you're dead. Your head says, don't bother Amy Weaver, the vice president of EXP. She's too busy. That's something going on inside of you. If you have somebody, hey, you got any time today or tomorrow? We're going to hit you back with time. Say, I'm traveling, I don't. Or, yeah, I do. In fact, I don't today, I'm traveling, but I do tomorrow at 4, and I do Thursday at 11, and I do Thursday at late afternoon at 4:30 Eastern. And then but it's there for you. But it gets down to how bad you want it, hungry you are. So that's coffees. And so if you're showing up to events with 5, 10 people, 15, 20, I had 32 at the business planning clinic, 18 switched. I'd like to put 18 on your front line next month. Do a business planning clinic. I can give you digital business plans. You could print, hand out to everybody. You don't need 100 people there or 200 or 500. You need 20 or 30 of you to take it real serious. I need someone to come in and go through the business plan. You will leave with a written business plan. Hope is not a strategy. And I got 32 people to agree with me from other brokerages. So that is the work. And then daily Zooms. Are you doing daily Zooms, follow-up Zooms? Well, I do 3-way calls. 3-way calls is 1990. We don't do 3-way calls. We do Zooms. We do a 3-way Zoom. 60% or 70% of all communication is visual. It's like today, I care about what's behind me. I chose this spot. I could have chosen over here, this spot, it's a boring sheetrock wall. Could have been right over here. But I actually thought about, okay, where can I be here at the Marriott that has a nice looking background? I'm under a really bright light. Lighting's important. I'm not talking to you like this. You meet people that get on Zooms, they're like this, and they're looking down at you. There's things matter. It's not like this. I'm not looking up to you, talking to you like this. You want to be right with them. You want to be eye level. You want to be well lit. What's behind you matters. What's behind you matters. I've seen people do this in their garage with torn up sheetrock. What the beep are you thinking? You know, you just hit blur my vision, blur my vision, blur my backdrop. There's a button on your Zoom that says, look at some of the choices. It'll just put, let me see, what's it? Let me see. I'm looking around here. Does it say captions, notes? Who knows? It's right here. I see it. Who knows what it is to do the backdrop? Anybody unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's blur my vision, blur my background.
Yeah, just hit the three dots on the top right corner.
Oh, is that where it is? Okay, I've seen it before. Okay, yeah, there you go. You hit those, and you can do bridges. You could do mountain scene, ocean scene. You could blur the vision if you were in somewhere inappropriate. The other thing you want to do is make sure you're not over, like you're being backlit. You know, you want to be frontlit. Enough said there. I get a little weird about those details. Number 3, register for build today. And how many people are you bringing? Register for build today. How many people are you bringing? So you go to buildevent24.com. By the way, the one in Orlando that's on a cruise ship, it's about to sell out. The rooms in Salem are about to sell out. It's the Randy Bird. I'm not sure if he's on here. I believe if anyone's on the team for Salem, Oregon, which is outside of Portland, I believe it's the Grand. It's at the convention center. It's called the Grand, is the name of the headquarter hotel. Get rooms there. Honolulu's about to sell out. Cape Town sold out. Like, you should have your ticket. It's $99. Some of the venues are $199. Vancouver's $199 due to the cost. Honolulu, I think, it's $225. You get to some of these really expensive cities. Honolulu, Hawaii is one of them. Vancouver, Canada is one of them. They had to do like $199, and I think again Honolulu was like $225, and with taxes it was higher. But get your ticket, do that today. And then set goals. Who you bringing? When people see what you see, they do what they do. Write that down. When people see what I see, they do what I do. When people see the vision, they catch the vision. When people see the vision, they catch the vision. Well, I don't have many leaders. Well, have you called every one of them and said, hey, this summer, we're going to go together. Let's share a room, guys with guys, gals with gals. You know, we'll fly down together. We'll hang out. Oh, okay. I want to go to that. People are looking for that sort of thing. Okay. Very important. So what I'm going to wrap up today with, I actually prepared some tips for you on speaker tips. Ready? Everyone's like, well, how do you speak? How do you actually get in front of a great group? So write this down. I'm going to go fast. Pray about what to say. I'm just giving you mine. I pray about it before I speak. I ask God, what do people need to hear in this market? Like, and I ask God to just inspire me. And he does every time. And then the other thing I do is I prepare my heart and my mind and my soul. How do I do that? The best way to prepare my soul is a cup of coffee. See this? It's like the Pope does communion, I do coffee. Okay, not that I'm just kidding, but not really. But you know, I don't recommend drinking alcoholic beverages, but I'll have a cup of coffee. It just kind of loosens me up a little. I also, when no one's looking, I'll do jumping jacks. I'm in a back room. I'm in a hallway. I look, nobody can see me. I jump up and down. I literally jump up and down on my toes. Jump, jump, jump. I get my heart rate going. You don't want to do so much that you're winded. I'll walk. I remember one time in Houston, I did not want to speak. I'm never like, I don't want to go on stage. I did not. I had a pounding headache. I felt horrible. I'm like, whoa, I wish I did not have to go on stage. And I did like 9 laps. Like I spent 10 minutes and I walked that headache off, and I pounded up for me a large coffee, but I did 9 laps around a convention center. I was like speed walking, and I just, man, by the time I went on stage, I felt great. Tony Robbins calls it making your move. Make your move. Make your move. Whatever your move is, you make your move, and you kind of get into state. You know, when you're speaking, it's like acting, right? And you don't just show up and bleh, you know what I mean? So everyone's always asking me for speaker tips. Here's some. Now, this is really important. Are you ready? Don't browbeat the audience. Write that down. What does that mean? A lot of people look to the audience for validation, right? Don't do a Zoom and speak and look at everybody for validation. The only person I can see right now is Jason, because I'm using my notes. And I say, Jason, right there, that's you, buddy. Your big old good looking smile. He's the only one I could see because I shrunk my Zoom so I could do this on my iPhone because I'm running around the island with Randy Bird and Gene and Susan Frederick right now. So I'm here at the Marriott and we're running all over Puerto Rico. But here's the deal. I'm not looking to you guys for validation. I'm enough. You gotta, that if you're coming from the right place and you love, I don't need people to tell me, but when you're new, you'll want people and you look at the Zoom, they're not reacting. What's the matter with you guys? And here's how you know you're blowing it. What, are you awake? Come on, you guys, wake up. Have you not had coffee? You'll see speakers do this. I cringe. It is such a cringe moment because this is a speaker who needs validation from the audience. Just prepare, share. If they're not responding like cheering or not, they're kind of they're just thinking. They're thinking about what you said. And so what you want to do is remember this. They love you. They're listening. You're doing great. You're crushing it. You got to do that self-talk to yourself, not a narcissistic, oh, they love me. I'm the most beautiful person. Or I'm such a great, not like that, but man, just you can't look to them for your validation. My daughter was doing it. She's a waitress in Montana. And she said, Dad, I do so good. And sometimes people don't tip me. Sometimes they get great tips. Most of my customers love me. But sometimes customers, it was going so good. And then they give me very little tip. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? I go, honey, you're looking to the tip for your validation. Just love people and be grateful for whatever tips you get. The tips aren't your validation. She's, oh, that's good. Thank you, Dad. That's going to help me. And so, no more. So write this down. Tell stories, then the facts, then more stories. Facts tell, stories sell. Like this short little story I told about my daughter, thinking, what did I do wrong? Because the tip, I told her, I said, sweetheart, sometimes I haven't had money for a tip. Sometimes I forgot to tip. Sometimes I had a great waiter or waitress. I was so distracted. I did a normal 20% tip. And it was, it was $30 and I gave them, $6, and I just, oh man, she was great. I should have given them $20 on a $30 tip or something. But sometimes people are distracted. There's times I didn't have the money to tip. It's not that they didn't love you. So you got to let go of that. Don't over prepare when you give a talk. Keywords. What do you mean keywords? Ready? Alaska fishing story. That's all you do. Crazy $1 million seller story. That's all you do. Maybe something happened last Sunday, your open house, Sunday open house story. Maybe while you're on vacation in Hawaii, you met a guy named Ted or a woman named Jill who blew your mind. Hawaii Ted story, Hawaii Jill story. Don't write out the story. You'll remember. Maybe last Friday you called 60 people and you got 4 listing appointments and 10 buyer appointments, and you just sat there and you did massive action Friday. Maybe that's what you call it. So you put your notes, massive action Friday. What do? You tell them about massive action Friday or the waiter story or my son did this. My daughter did that. Just put my son Ty, my daughter Megan, and then tell the story. Don't write out what the story was. You remember the story. So anytime, if you get my notes when I speak, you'll see like 7, 8, 9, 10 bullet points. I've over prepared in the past when I've spoken at Build, and I'm trying to read my notes and look at the audience and read my notes. It's terrible. I've made mistakes. I'm much better at it now. I'll say this as we wrap it up. We got 4 minutes. I'm going to go back to Zoom. Your background matters. I know I already said that. Your lighting matters. And if you're putting on events, make sure the lights are on the stage. I've seen stages where I've been to events, they didn't replace the light bulb over the center of the stage. The whole room was well lit. The speaker was in the dark. So you get there early, hours early, and you say, man, we got to replace that light bulb. Oh, okay, we'll replace the light bulb. I'm at the Sheraton Maui. They have 80 lights on in that place easily. I'm telling you, 18 of them were out. They just weren't on. I made the management get tall ladders and replace all 18 lights. Lighting matters. You don't want a single light on. You want them all lit up. You want the place lit up like Christmas. The angle matters. Remember this. You don't want to look down. You don't want to look up. You want to be with them. A lot of people, well, my phone's just here. I'm just looking here. You're looking down at people. Nobody likes it. Don't try to recruit people looking down on them. Okay. You want to set up your laptop. I use a shoebox. I literally put my laptop on a pair of tennis shoes, a box, Adidas, Nike, whatever. Keep the box, put your laptop. You can order nice ones. Rob saw that one time. He's like, this is pathetic. And he ordered me an aluminum, multiple, adjustable level thing. It's like Transformers. It's so confusing. I went back to my shoebox. It's the perfect height. Okay, next. But you know, the analyticals, they have their aluminum transformer, 14 different position laptop holder, and it is cool. But it's also complicated. Um, so when you're on Zoom, your face matters. Write that down. Your face matters. What do I mean by that? Smile. The speaker's looking at you, man. When I'm in the audience, smile at the speaker, nod, take notes. It's not just, okay, I'm smiling, I'm not. Take notes. Those of you that are listening, you will not remember what I said next week. Those of you that are taking notes today, teach what I said tomorrow morning. Meet someone for coffee and say, here's what I learned when Gene Frederick speaks, Tina Cole speaks, Veronica Figueroa speaks, whoever it is, Curtis Johnson, Kyle Whistle. Here's what I learned from Kyle yesterday. If you teach what you heard, it goes up. It goes from 60% retention to 80% retention. But the act of taking notes, it really helps you retain 60% more of the information. Always take notes. Take notes in church. Take notes at the Chamber of Commerce. Take notes at any EXP event. Take notes. Be it note taking is a way of life. Why would you sit there for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour or 5 hours and not take notes? Then implement. Tony Robbins says he will take what's the word? Action over strategy. I'm not saying it right. Implementation over strategy. I'm not missing the word, but you get the idea. He was, you know, all day long.
The enemy of execution.
Yes, thank you. Tom's a big TR guy. Thank you, Tom, for saving me. I love you. It's execution. He'll take execution over strategy every day of the week. Execute. You'll get better. And then, like, what do you mean execute? Like today, I said sign up for build, get your ticket, decide which build you're going to go to. We have 10. Cape Town, South Africa already happened. There were 800 people there. There's 9 left. Are you going to Hawaii? Is the Honolulu one? Maybe it'd just be fun to go out there. But I recommend the one closest to you because the goal is not to attend build. The goal is to bring people with you to build. When they see what you see, then they'll do what you do, but they got to have vision. So how many, you know, there's another screaming one. Your action speaks so loud I can hardly hear what you're saying. So book your room today, purchase your flights today, but sign up for build, book a room, do it all tonight. Principle of immediate action. It is 5 o'clock Eastern. It is 2 o'clock Pacific. And this will do it for today's 1% Club. In 10 minutes, we're going to do Mastering Sales with Brent Gove. We'll be going over some cool sales information for 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, we'll see you then. Love you guys. Bye-bye.